Japan is an island country lying off the coast of Asia. It consists of a great string of islands in a northeast, southwest arc that stretches for approximately 1,500 miles or 2,400 kilometers through the western North Pacific Ocean. Nearly the entire land area is taken up by the countries. For mainlands, from north to south are Hokkaido, Honshu, Shikoku, and Kyushu. Honshu is the largest of the four, followed in size by Hokkaido, Kyushu, and Shikoku. In addition, there are numerous smaller islands, the major groups, of which are the Ryukyu-Nansei Islands, including the island of Okinawa, to the south and west of Kyushu, and the Izu, Bonin, Ogasawara, and Volcano Kazan Islands to the south and east of central Honshu.
A constitutional monarchy was set in place and various branches of government began competing for power. In 1894, Japan's leaders revised unequal treaties with the West, but were still not making gains politically. Military leaders grew impatient and didn't understand how political leaders could not turn their military victories into political ones. In 1937, Japanese troops invaded China, and in 1940, French Indochina. They set up puppet governments in order to administer areas that were too vast. The United States wanted Japan to get out of China immediately, and then in 1941, Japan surprisingly struck the United States at Pearl Harbor, which set off World War II. After years of ruthless battle, the Japanese surrendered in 1945 after Hiroshima and Nagasaki were hit with nuclear bombs. For the next 7 years, Allied forces occupied Japan with hopes of creating a democracy. Then, in 1947, a new constitution was adopted.
The government is unitary under this constitution. Local governments led by popularly elected executives can enact their own regulations and subdivisions within existing law. Contrary to some misconceptions, the emperor is not the head executive. They are the head of the imperial family, serving more of a ceremonial role received dynastically. Even so, they still remain influential in that they have the power to appoint the prime minister with diet approval and the chief justice of the Supreme Court with cabinet approval. Other powers include the dissolution of the House of Representatives and awarding of honors.
The yen is the official currency of Japan. It is the third most traded currency in the foreign exchange market after the United States dollar, US dollar, and the euro. It is also widely used as a third reserve currency after the US dollar and the euro. The New Currency Act of 1871 introduced Japan's modern currency system, with the yen defined as 1.5 grams of gold or 24.26 grams of silver, and divided decimally into 100 sen or 1,000 yen. The yen replaced the previous Tokugawa coinage, as well as the various Hansatsu paper currencies issued by feudal Han. The Bank of Japan was founded in 1882 and given a monopoly on controlling the money supply.
The landmarks of Japan are rich in history and tradition and also reflect its transition into becoming more modern.
じゃあ、行きましょう. The first landmark we're going to talk about is the Tokyo Tower. The Tokyo Tower is the testament to the advancement of technology and modern life. It appears on nearly every animations and dramas. It is the world's tallest self-supported steel tower. This was inspired by the Eiffel Tower design. It is the second tallest man-made structure in Japan and functions as the communications and observation tower. It was the tallest building in Tokyo before Skytree has been built. If you're not afraid of height, the skywalk window is something you really need to experience when you go up to the main deck. The glass window enables you to see what is directly beneath you. When viewed from 145 meters up, all the cars and people look like toys. There is also an indoor museum park on One Piece Tower on the 3rd to 5th floor. They have exhibitions, souvenir shop, museum, and restaurant on the 3rd floor. Sometimes they even plan live shows on One Piece.
Next up is the Tokyo Skytree. It was built in the Sumida area, and it is the second tallest structure in the world and the tallest structure in Japan now. The Skytree's top viewing level is 1,480 feet, and it overlooks a large portion of Tokyo. Construction was started in 2008 and it took 4 years to completely build the structure. The Tokyo Skytree now stands as a symbol for Japan's modernity. And also, inside is a wide array of over 300 shops and restaurants, an aquarium, and even a planetarium.
Mountain Fuji is located in Tokyo. It is the highest mountain in Japan at about 3,776 meters. The best viewpoint is around 3,250 meters. It is one of the largest active volcanoes in the world. The nearly perfect symmetrical cone is a well-known symbol of Japan. It is worshipped as a sacred mountain and attracts lots of artists and visitors throughout the centuries. For climbing the mountain, you can take the city bus to the bottom of the Mountain Fuji. There are 4 trails available to get to the top of the volcano. The most popular route is from Fujiyoshida Senga Shrine. The official recommendation for best climbing period is from July to September 10th. The rest of the time is closed due to the high risk of avalanche. There is also a good view of sunrise at the summit. You can choose to stay at a mountain hut. Cable cars is also available if you don't want to walk a lot.
The Japanese have rites and ceremonies so different from those of all other nations. The things they do are beyond imagining. And it may be truly said that Japan is a world the reverse of Europe.
To the first Westerners in Japan, it was a mysterious world. It was the fabled Isle of Zipangu that Marco Polo had only heard about. The land of riches that Christopher Columbus set out to find. When the Portuguese arrived in Japan in 1543, they encountered a country embroiled in civil war.
The Japanese people are an East Asian ethnic group, native to the Japanese archipelago. Japanese people constitute 97.9% of the population of the country of Japan. Worldwide, approximately 129 million people are of Japanese descent, making them one of the largest ethnic groups. Approximately 122.5 million Japanese people are residents of Japan, as opposed to the Japanese diaspora. Depending on the context, the term ethnic Japanese may be limited or not to mainland Japanese people, specifically the Yamato, as opposed to Ryukyuan and Ainu people. Recent decades, there has also been an increase in the number of multiracial people with both Japanese and non-Japanese roots, including half-Japanese people. Japan has a rich, colorful culture dating back to the country's prehistoric period known as the Jomon period, between 14,000 and 300 BC. The culture and traditions of Japan are unique because of its island nation geography, as well as its isolation from the outside world during the Tokugawa shogunate regime. Over the years, Japan's culture and traditions have been influenced by other Asian countries, America, and Europe, as well as other natural factors, such as land, natural resources, and seasonal climate. Borrowed ideas from other countries are infused with existing customs to become something distinctly Japanese. Here are some examples of the unique culture and traditions of Japan. Banankai is a Japanese drinking party held at the end of the year. Close friends or groups of co-workers. While Shininkai is the Japanese tradition of welcoming the new year by yet again drinking alcohol. What a fun way to end the year. White Day is celebrated a month after Valentine's Day in Japan. Women and girls usually give their men friends gifts of chocolate as an expression of love, social obligation, or courtesy every 14th of February. On White Day, March 14th, the men return the favor by giving gifts to the ladies such as white chocolate, cookies, or jewelry.